Namaste friends, welcome to StockEdge. Myself Tufan from the StockEdge research team. Yes, अगर आपको पता नहीं है, StockEdge is a SEBI registered platform. तो चलिए देखते हैं आज मार्केट में क्या हो रहा है. So this is NSE का वेबसाइट, you can see. This is the sectoral change on intraday basis. So as of now, you can see it's Nifty IT at the top, which is bleeding by 3.77%. Then if I scroll down, it's Nifty Media, which is 1.62% down, then Nifty Realty 1.49, and gradually if I just come down, you will see almost all the sectors are in red except Nifty Healthcare, FMCG, oil and gas, auto, bank and private bank. So a question might be popping up in your mind कि निफ्टी आईटी इतना क्यों गिर गया, राइट? सो यू नो देयर इज अ बैंक, यूएस बेस्ड इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंक नेम्ड एज मॉर्गन स्टैनली, MORGANSTANLEY. So Morgan Stanley has downgraded Nifty IT as a whole. And that's the reason all the Nifty IT stocks are bleeding. You see Infosys, you see Wipro, all are down by more than 5%, right? So on one hand, this US-based investment firm has downgraded, and on the other hand, there is a global war, right? So ये global war क्या है, right? So this global war is basically, I'm just writing it down, global war is equal to tariff. It's not something like fighting. It's not something like, firing. It's a global war related to economy. That is tariff. Clear? So ये tariff क्या है, क्यों है, and why this is used. So I'll explain in short. So right now, US is imposing tariff. Kyun? Because, Trump is a very populist president and he wants US as the first priority and the Americans as the first priority. इसीलिए they are imposing tariffs. क्यों ये tariff लगाने से क्या होगा? So tariff लगाने से ये होता है, that is all the other countries who are exporting to US, they will export at higher cost. Suppose if I am an American, then if I purchase any good from other countries, it will be costlier for me, right? So इसीलिए what will happen? The impact will slowly go into the domestic economy. So instead of buying the foreign goods, I'll start buying the domestic good, right? क्यों? Because domestic good is cheaper than the foreign goods. And that will itself promote the domestic companies, the domestic economy. So there will be growth in terms of domestic economy. So from US perspective, there will be growth in the US. And that's the reason Trump is imposing these tariffs. And on the other hand, the other economies like Mexico, like Canada, like China, so they are also doing a reciprocal behavior. They are also imposing tariffs on US, and this is creating volatility in the market, and that's the reason someday you are seeing that Nifty ऊपर जा रहे and someday it is नीचे आ रहा है, right? So I'll explain Nifty on a broader base. So let's shift to Nifty chart. So this is Nifty chart, ठीक है? So this Nifty chart is basically daily. Let me just explain it. So this is daily chart. I'll explain the broader levels in Nifty. ठीक है? So you can see that I have drawn few trend lines. There is a yellow color trend line and there are a few lines at the top. So I'll explain one by one that ये yellow line कहाँ से आया. So this yellow line I have drawn from the bottom of COVID low, ठीक है, and extended it till this particular level. few days back it breached this level. Now what is happening? There is also two blue colored lines, right? I'll explain that ये blue colored line क्या है. So if a trend is moving higher, that is, it is making higher highs and higher lows. In this way, if it is rising, after an uptrend, sometimes we see there is a downfall, okay, like this. This particular thing is known as falling wedge. Falling wedge. Now, you can see from this chart, if I just zoom out a bit, you will see that this pattern is a falling wedge in Nifty. So I have extended this falling wedge from the high that was made on 27th of September 2024, 26,277. And right now, if you just look at it minutely, I'm just zooming in a bit for you so that it becomes easier. You see, for the last few days over here, it is facing resistance. Like I am trying to draw it on the board. तो ये जो फॉलिंग वेज है, right now price is behaving like this. You see, right now price is exactly behaving like this, right? So it is facing a resistance. Ideally, in theoretical terms, there is an uptrend after a falling wedge, but we should not relate that uptrend after a falling wedge right now, until and unless this price action moves inside this falling wedge and start moving higher and it gives a breakout. There won't be any uptrend. But right now, this level holds lot of importance. क्यों पता है? I'll explain. Right now, 22,420 is where Nifty is standing and we are in live market. Fine. Now, if you draw a trend line, if you draw a Fibonacci from this level, that is the low of 26th October 2023, and extend it to the high of Nifty on 27th of September 2024, that is this particular rally I'm talking about. From this day to this particular day, it was approximately 7,440 points. So I am trying to explain you on the board. So ये जो total rally था, this whole rally was 7,440 approximately. ठीक है? Now I have drawn one Fibonacci. Fibonacci connected from this particular low to the high of Nifty. And ये जो rally 7,440 है, इसका जो 50% है, this 50% stands around 22,550. And if you just zoom in a bit, you will find that this 22,550 is not only this is 22,550 that I was telling. This is 22,552 to be exact of this particular whole rally. And this 22,552 is the 50% of this rally, and on the other hand, around this level there is a confluence of this particular resistance of the falling wedge as well. So इसीलिए since the last few days you see that Nifty is unable to cross this mark. If I go to intraday chart of Nifty also, see, since the last few days, it is trying to move higher. थोड़ा ऊपर जाने का कोशिश कर रहे हैं, but facing tough resistance around this zone. Today also, it was approximately on the verge around this blue colored dotted line, which is basically the resistance of that falling wedge, and from that level, it has dragged on the downside and currently hovering around 22,414. So this 22,550, you see, this is not only a confluence zone of this resistance of the falling wedge, but also this is a 50% mark of this Fibonacci level. Clear? Now, on the other hand, if I come on the downside, that downside पे क्या level important है? So for the timing, if you ask me what is the important level on immediate basis, I would say that this particular low. Today also you see that it made a low around 22,330 and has respected this particular low. Correct? Now, if it gives a breakdown on the downside, how much it can come? That's a good question which might pop up in your mind. So for that we need to again go back to higher time frame, daily. Here you see this was the election result day, fine, where it is around 22,000 and there is also a red colored line. ये red colored line कहाँ से मैंने extend किया? I'll just explain you. Let me just quickly go to monthly so that it becomes quicker for you. So basically this is from 2008 January, I have extended this line and connected around highs around 2021 and extended it further. Now coming to daily. So on daily time frame, if you just look at the confluence of so many supports around this level, this is 21,750 or 736 to be precise. So for me, this particular zone, I'll just try to draw it on the board also. So there is something like this, support, fine. And on the other hand, there was a trend line which I had drawn, which I had extended from 2008 January high. So there is a confluence around this zone, support and this trend line. This confluence is around 21,750. Apart from that, there is also another point which I would like to show. Though this is not a theoretical head and shoulder, but you see if you just go to daily, it looks like an head and shoulder pattern. This is the first head, first shoulder, this is the head, this is the second shoulder. And this is the high of that particular head, which is 26,277. And the neckline is around 24,014. So, if you just do how to calculate, I am explaining you the calculation of head and shoulder and its target. Suppose this is the first shoulder, this is the head, this is the second shoulder. Now we need to draw a line over here which is known as neckline. Fine. Now this is the high. Now we need to calculate the difference of this high from this neckline. Fine. Say for example, if this neckline is 500 and this high is around 550, then this difference is basically 50 points, right? Now how will you put the target? ये जो 500 है, you need to subtract 500 minus 50, which comes to 450. So on the downside, target will be 450. ठीक है? Now coming to Nifty. So Nifty, you see the neckline is around 24,014 and the high is around 26,277. 26,277 and the neckline is 24,014. Now if you do the calculation, you will find that the target falls around exactly 21,700, 21,750 approx. Fine. So why this 21,700 and 750 holds so much importance? One is for this particular target. Second is there is a confluence of so many supports around this zone. And third is this red colored extended trend line. Fine. So let me just draw this in conclusion. So as of now, Nifty का जो broader level है, so this is I am talking of Nifty broader levels. On the upside, it's 22,550 to 22,600, and on the downside, it is 21,700 to 21,750. So until and unless we see a breakout from either side, you can expect Nifty to move in a range bound. Fine. So I hope that you got a broader perspective of Nifty. If you think that this is helpful for you, so please do share it with your near and dear ones. And yes, don't forget to put a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Have a great trading day. Bye.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.